What if being smart is secretly making you less happy? It sounds absurd, doesn't it? We're taught that intelligence is the key to success, wealth, and even joy. But psychology reveals a darker truth. The very brain power that makes you sharp can also trap you in cycles of overthinking, self-doubt, and endless searching for meaning. And here's the paradox: your intelligence, instead of being your greatest advantage, may be the very reason happiness keeps slipping away. The scary part? You'll probably recognize these struggles in your own life. Welcome back to the Logic Room, where philosophy meets practice. Most people believe intelligence guarantees a good life, better jobs, sharper decisions, deeper insights. But science tells us a different story. High intelligence often comes with hidden costs, mental traps that can quietly erode happiness from the inside out. Psychologists call this the cognitive burden. The heavier your mind, the harder it is to feel light. In this video, we'll uncover 7 science-backed reasons why smart people often wrestle with joy. And more importantly, we'll explore how to turn that restless brain of yours into a tool for peace. Reason 1. Overthinking everything. Smart people rarely let a thought pass without dissection. You don't just make choices, you analyze them from every possible angle. Psychologists at Yale found that high IQ individuals engage in what's called prospective thinking, running endless mental simulations about what might go wrong. On the surface, it feels like preparation. In reality, it's a trap. Instead of moving forward, you spiral into decision paralysis, replaying conversations at 2 a.m., or obsessing over tomorrow's meeting. Kierkegaard once warned, "The more aware you are, the more complex life becomes." And that's the paradox. Your awareness, instead of freeing you, can weigh you down. The more your mind races, the less peace you feel, because happiness doesn't live in possibilities, it lives in the present. Reason 2. Harsh self-criticism. The same intelligence that lets you see patterns in the world also turns inward, making you hyper-aware of your own flaws. Psychologists call this metacognition, or thinking about your thinking. While it sounds like a gift, it often becomes self-sabotage. A study in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that highly intelligent people are more prone to self-doubt even when they perform well. You might deliver a great presentation, but replay one tiny mistake in your head for days. Others forget it instantly, but your brain won't let go. Here's the paradox. The sharper your mind, the sharper your inner critic. What feels like honesty with yourself is often just cruelty in disguise, and over time, it erodes confidence and joy. Reason 3. Feeling isolated by deep thoughts. Intelligent minds crave depth. You'd rather wrestle with philosophy, purpose, or the meaning of life than waste time on gossip or small talk. But here's the problem: most social interactions live on the surface. The result? You often feel like an outsider in your own circle, disconnected even in a crowded room. Research in the British Journal of Psychology found that highly intelligent people actually report less satisfaction from frequent socializing. It's not that you dislike people, it's that shallow conversations leave you starving for something more nourishing. As Schopenhauer once wrote, "Great minds seek solitude for their thoughts to breathe." The paradox is clear. The very depth that makes your mind rich can make your world feel lonely. Reason 4. Seeing life's complexities too clearly. For many, ignorance really is bliss, but highly intelligent people rarely have that luxury. Your mind sees contradictions, injustices, and uncertainties in high definition, like watching life on a screen with no filters. Climate change, politics, morality, you can't simply scroll past them. A TED Talk by psychologist Susan David explains how awareness often amplifies emotional weight. The more you notice, the heavier the burden becomes. While others stay content in simplicity, you're carrying the complexity of the world on your shoulders. Here lies the paradox. The clearer your vision, the darker your mood can become. Happiness thrives on simplicity, but intelligence rarely lets life remain simple. Reason 5. Perfectionism and unrealistic standards. Intelligence often fuels ambition, but it also raises the bar to impossible heights. Smart people see not only what is, but what could be. That vision can inspire excellence, yet it also breeds perfectionism. Research from the University of Toronto found that higher IQ correlates with stronger perfectionist tendencies. You set sky-high goals, then feel crushed when you inevitably fall short. Maybe you finish a project that others admire, but all you see are the flaws. The irony? Perfection, the thing you chase, becomes the very thief of your joy. Psychologists call this the good enough principle, the idea that embracing imperfection can actually unlock greater satisfaction. But until you accept that, your sharp mind risks becoming a whip driving you harder while never letting you rest. Reason 6. Existential curiosity and anxiety. The smarter you are, the bigger your questions become. Instead of asking what's for dinner, you wonder why we exist at all. This hunger for meaning is part of what makes intelligent minds so powerful. But it comes with a cost. Studies in the Journal of Positive Psychology show that people who ponder life's ultimate questions are more prone to existential anxiety. You lie awake at night, not worrying about bills, but about mortality, morality, or whether life has any purpose at all. For some, these thoughts inspire creativity and philosophy. For others, they trigger dread. Nietzsche once said, "He who has a why to live can bear almost any how." Without that why, the mind that questions everything risks collapsing under the weight of its own curiosity. Reason 7. Can't switch off the brain. For highly intelligent people, the mind is like a computer that never powers down. Even when you try to relax, thoughts keep firing, analyzing, predicting, replaying. Neuroscience research shows that people with high IQ often have a hyperactive default mode network, the brain system responsible for wandering thoughts. That's why lying in bed can feel like running a mental marathon. You're not resting. You're reliving the day, planning tomorrow, or spiraling into what-ifs. It's exhausting, and it steals the very rest your brain needs to function at its best. The paradox is painful. The sharper your mind, the harder it becomes to simply be still. Happiness, though, often hides in the quiet moments, the very ones your brain struggles to reach. Practical solutions. Now that we've uncovered why intelligent people struggle with happiness, how do you reclaim it? The first step is to embrace imperfection. Psychologists call it the good enough mindset, setting realistic goals, celebrating progress, and allowing yourself to be human. Second, seek meaningful connections. Instead of forcing small talk, find communities, book clubs, online forums, mastermind groups, where deep conversations feel natural. Third, practice mindfulness. Simple habits like daily meditation, breathing exercises, or even mindful walking can quiet the mental storm. Finally, channel your existential curiosity into creation. Write, paint, build, turn your questions into something tangible. The paradox here is beautiful. When you stop fighting your restless brain and start guiding it, your intelligence becomes a source of peace rather than pressure. Happiness doesn't come from silencing your mind. It comes from learning to direct it